Hello, I'm Mike. Well, every time I want my AI agent to talk to a new app, it's a new API key or a new MCP server, another config file. I've got like 15 different integrations and they're all duct taped together. And honestly, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. What if I could have just one connection and it handled thousands of apps? Well, I've found something that does exactly that, and I'm going to build something with it live right now. Let me show you. So here's the problem we all have. You're running Claude Code, Cursor, OpenClaw, whatever, and every single app you want to connect needs its own setup. So I have to say make.env file and connect to whatever app. It's got OAuth, maybe it's got its own token refresh logic, but then there's another problem, and this is a big one actually. AI agents are great at figuring things out, but they're terrible at doing the same thing again reliably twice, right? So here's something I've been testing, and honestly, it's awesome. It works with Cursor, but any command line coding tool will accept it. It's the Zapier SDK. And all you need is a Zapier account. You can use the free one, by the way, and you can connect with thousands of different apps. Let me show you it in action. Now, don't worry about any of this code here. You don't need to write a single line of that. Just simply copy the URL from the docs there and paste them into your coding assistant. And then you just say, set this up and log me in. That's really simple, right? I've pasted in the documentation to Zapier SDK, and I'm getting Claude Code to figure out how it works. Okay, this is a great start. It's fetching the quick start guide first from the internet. Okay, this is excellent. Claude Code has basically opened a window asking me to allow access to Zapier SDK, which of course I'll click allow to. And with that done, you can see it updates over here in Claude Code. All done. Here's what I set up. It installed all the dependencies, connected to my Zapier account, and now is the time to test this out. So I'll just type into Claude Code list all my Zapier connections, and we'll see what comes back. And look at this. It's absolutely insane. It's listing every single account I've got connected to Zapier. So there you go, look at this. Slack, we've got Google AI Studio, LinkedIn, Google Calendar, YouTube, my Gmail account, all authenticated, all ready to use, no API keys, no OAuth, no config files. And to put that into perspective, normally if I wanted to connect to Google Sheets via the API, for instance, I need to go set up a Google Cloud project, enable the Sheets API, create a service account, download the JSON config files, generate a bearer token, and write the auth code. What a headache. All right, let me prove it works. Here we go. We can see Slack is connected, so I'll just write a message to me on Slack using it right now. Send a message to Zapier demo channel on Slack saying it works. Now it's actually using the tools to list all the channels on Slack. It's finding the Zapier demo channel. It's got the action, which is a channel message. This is really exciting. It's figuring it all out for me. Now it's grabbing the Zapier demo channel ID. And look over here, it works straight away. We've gone from Claude Code asking it to do a simple action inside Slack, and there you go, it's actually just done it. That is super powerful. Now I can repeat the same process for any app that's connected to my Zapier account. Now here's where it gets really exciting. I don't need to use pre-built Zapier actions. I can use anything that the API would generally provide. No OAuth, no tokens, no messing about. Zapier takes care of the plumbing. Let me show you a practical example. YouTube, I love my YouTube channel stats. Get my creator magic stats using Zapier SDK. That's all I'll say to Claude Code. I'll let it go ahead and figure that out. Now you can see it's gone ahead and figured out how to make that API call and given me a bunch of general stats from my channel, and oof, that hurts. So if you haven't already done so, now would be a great time to subscribe to the channel if you really enjoy what I'm doing. I do tutorials like this weekly. They take me quite a while to film and put together. So if you're enjoying this, the best thing you can do is hit subscribe. I really appreciate it, and thank you very much. Now, here's the really interesting thing. It did use the get report action to get those basic YouTube stats. But what if I want something more specific, like, for instance, the latest stats on my most recent YouTube video? It can actually make curl requests direct to the API and use your YouTube and use your YouTube credentials that are stored inside your Zapier account. So I found the API endpoint I want to call to get my latest stats for my latest YouTube video, and I just simply pass this through to Claude Code and say, run this and give results, and we'll see what comes back. Okay, you can see it made a curl request to the YouTube API using my credentials in my Zapier account. This is really cool. And look at this, it's actually pulled in my latest videos right here. The curl command works great for hitting any YouTube API endpoint directly using Zapier auth. No need to manage API keys separately. And that is huge. All right, now here's the fun part. I'm going to build something live right now, a multi-modal AI router to find the consensus between different AI models. And of course, we're going to use Zapier SDK for everything. So here in Claude Code, I'm going to paste in this, set up a new TypeScript project using the Zapier SDK. I want to build a multi-modal AI router that, number one, takes a question as input. Number two, sends it to 3 different AI models simultaneously, Claude, GPT, and Gemini. Number 3, collects all the responses. Number 4, uses a 4th AI call to synthesize a combined answer and note where models agree and disagree. Number 5, logs everything to a Google Sheet via the Zapier SDK. And number 6, posts the synthesized result to a Slack channel. And finally, I'll say use the Zapier SDK for everything. And then hit enter and let Claude Code go to work using the Zapier SDK. So you can see it's making a sheet called AI router logs. Let's open that up. And lo and behold, that's already been created. Timestamp, question, Claude, GPT, Gemini, synthesized answer, agreement notes. It's all there and it's all being set up in front of my eyes inside Claude Code. So now you'll see it's writing lines for the Zapier SDK and it's simply connecting each app that's already in my Zapier account and making sure they work seamlessly together. Everything's set up. Let's run it. This is very exciting. And we can see something just appeared here. This is pretty phenomenal. And the question was, what is the most important skill for a YouTube creator to learn in 2026? We've got all the different responses logged there, but we've got a problem that they're returning raw JSON. So yeah, the format doesn't look very pretty that we're getting back. Claude Code already recognized that and is running it again with some fixes in place. Now we can watch over here at the Google Sheet. Yes, we've got something here. This is looking much better in terms of formatting. And if we go over to Slack, we'll see our new message is correctly formatted and much easier to read. So you can see how I've connected 3 AI models, a Google Sheet, and Slack with just one command inside Claude Code. It says everything runs through the Zapier SDK. No direct API keys are needed for any service. Let's take it a little bit further and say build a front-end UI I can access in a browser to actually test this out. All right, look at this. Really exciting stuff. The browser version is open now. And look, AI router by the Zapier SDK. So I can ask it anything. I didn't select these models, by the way. Some of them are quite old school. We could always change that later if we want. But I'll just say, what is the best temp for a cold plunge and how long? This is a good thing to get consensus from different AI models on, so we'll let it run. It's first of all querying those 3 AI models in parallel. One has already responded. There's Gemini Flash, and Claude Sonnet should come along pretty soon. Yes, we've got the Sonnet answer. Now it's synthesizing all 3 of those answers using Claude, and we should get a response down below. Very nice indeed. We've got a synthesized answer, and this is great. It's giving us optimal temperature of 50 to 59 Fahrenheit or 10 to 15 Celsius. And then it gives beginner times to do those plunges for, and that's based on 3 different AI model answers. Now, if we go to the Google Sheet here, you can see it's actually been recorded just as we asked for, again using Zapier SDK. And yes, we've got the answer right here, synthesized and presented to us right here inside of Slack. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, before we wrap up, a couple of things I wanted to tell you coming soon to the Zapier SDK. Not quite available yet, but when they land, they're going to be a very big deal. And number 1, it's Guardrails. If you've watched my channel, you know this is close to my heart. My OpenClaw instance has previously connected to the dark web and basically broken the law. And that's what happens when you give raw access to all of your apps unguarded. Yeah, not so great. Destructive operations, dropping databases, you definitely don't want that to happen. So Zapier SDK will have guardrails. And number 2, coming soon, the Zapier SDK will ship with event-based triggers. This is huge, as Zapier supports over 8,000 apps and over 30,000 event-based triggers. So imagine a new YouTube video drops, or you want to be notified the moment something happens on Slack, or really anything that Zapier supports, you can build it right into your code with the Zapier SDK. It means your AI agent doesn't need to be constantly on or waiting or listening. It will respond to the real world in real time, and I think that is the missing piece. Now, the Zapier SDK launches today. There will be a link in the description to get yourself access. I'm going to be building more with that on this channel. So if you want to watch that, make sure to like and subscribe. And if there's something specific you'd like me to build with 8,000 apps available to me, drop it below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. And YouTube is showing a video on your screen now. You should watch next. Thanks.